slides. Um, I am Robert Levy. I'm talking about application of satellite aerosol data. And here we go. So I'm Rob Levy. I'm at NASA Goddard in Greenbelt, Maryland. I am an atmospheric research scientist, and I study aerosols, which is the name we give in the atmospheric science community to the particles anywhere in the atmosphere. So we use satellite data to do this, and I'm showing some images, some visible images from satellites showing smoke. This was the smoke in Indonesia in 2015. Huge amounts of smoke from peat burning fires. You can see dust, haze, and pollution. This is a recent California fires, the Camp Fire, the smoke, and you can kind of see they all have. You can recognize these particles, the aerosol, by their color and appearance, and this is all relative to the surface below. And we can really only do this in cloud-free scenes. But just one figure showing kind of how this works is these are the I'm showing the aerosols here in the middle of in the atmosphere. There's surface below. There's trees or lakes or our urban areas, and our job is to use that reflected solar radiation, the incident, and it bounces back to a satellite. It gets scattered, and then we measure. We use this reflected natural light, and then we use inversion algorithms to derive and infer the aerosol properties. And from this, I just have a movie here. This is just a couple. This is from 2017 to 2018. You can kind of see this is our job to look at global aerosols, and you can kind of see how as time marches on. Now we're in 2018. How there's hotspots around the globe. There's African dust. There's biomass burning smoke in southern Africa. And you'll look in certain seasons, you'll see it in the Amazon. Um, you'll see the fires in California and in Canada, haze in India. So these are kind of the known hotspots for aerosol around the globe. And this is a satellite. This has come from a satellite called satellite's Terra. The instrument called MODIS, and it's a multi-imaging spectrometer. And so we use that reflected light to retrieve this property we call aerosol optical depth. Um, and what I wanted to show here too, I have to click on it to make it run, is now we also have geostationary satellites. So on top of these, what we call polar orbiting, we have geostationaries, and you can actually see how aerosols and in this case California or these Canadian fires, and then you can see how biomass burning in Brazil also produces a hotspot. So yeah, that's what we do from satellites. But the problem is satellites of these kind is we can't separate the surface portion, and of course that's what is important at the surface. The PM2.5 that is regulated, you don't want to breathe it, etc. So problem is satellites measure the total optical depth, which is a column measurement, and we need to get at the surface measurement. And so this is a slide from fires in 2017. I'll animate it. Pawan, who's the next person to speak, made this image. And so you can see how aerosol optical depth, which is on the left here from the satellites, and the PM mass concentration, the PM2.5, they are correlated, but they are not correlated. They are not one-to-one. And so that's where we are interested in the connection to the satellite data and the ground data, and we can look at gradients, we can look at how things match up together, and thereby it's a whole system for looking at the particles at the ground, which are important to us. So that's what I wanted to show, and I will be available for questions later. And here's our transition slide. So thank you very much.